and welcome. I am waking up this morning here in North Carolina. So John Michael and I escaped the Boston cold, and we are going to be down south where we are both from, spending time with our families for the holiday season and for the foreseeable future. It is beautiful. I'm wearing like shorts and a t-shirt, which is awesome, just very different than Boston weather. Wanted to bring you guys ahead two major things I'm going to be talking about in this vlog. The first one is this is my first ever launch week. So by the time this goes up, I will have launched some PDF bundles that I co-created with Bloom, as well as the start of the Plan with Laur Patreon community. So anyway, lots going on this week, and I thought this would be the perfect week to really bring you on to show you what I do Monday through Friday, working my 9-to-5 job, as well as doing a side hustle. I had a video go live where I talked about what my weekend is like as a content creator, and I wanted that video to go first because I think that information there really sets the tone and the stage of what my week looks like. So this week is going to be obviously a little different than other weeks since we do have a launch coming up, but all of the same tendencies and what I do to have a productive week, as well as just day-to-day life, is going to be the same. So excited to bring you guys along. All right, so let me just explain to you guys a little bit about how I break out my weeks. Having a productive week in terms of side hustling, 9-to-5, life, work, everything else that goes in between, I break my days out into 3 categories. So I have camera days, behind the scenes days, and work days. And camera days are days, not today, but days that I get dressed up, I put on makeup, tend to do my hair, and those are gonna be days where I am filming content, whether it is for stories, YouTube, IGTV. Those are days that I'm gonna also film reels. If I go live on any of my platforms, those are the days that I'm gonna go live, and anytime that I'm gonna take pictures for any of my social media content. Then I have behind the scene days. Now those are really strategy days. Those are days where I'm doing brain dumps, where I'm journaling out my thoughts, where I'm working on any type of website copy or captions for social media, because I do a lot of planner videos where I'm working on my planners so that I can film them later in the week, or I do any type of film notes or anything like that. And then I also have my work days. And so today is just a work day. On work days, that's when I take any meetings that I have. They're days that I work on any partnerships or collabs that I am a part of, where I really kind of dive in and think about those. These are also the days that I look into my analytics and I do any type of retrospectives of seeing what worked well, what didn't work well, where can I go, and how else can I make my content better. And so those are really how I break up my 3 days. Now, 2 things that I incorporate into my weeks. Now, these aren't necessarily certain days that I have, but 2 things that I do a lot of is a lot of learning and a lot of implementing. So throughout my days, whenever I'm scheduling out my week, I always make sure that there's time to do something where I'm learning. And so learning can be anything from reading a book, listening to a podcast, taking an online course, whatever it may be. And then I also want to make sure that whatever I'm learning, I'm taking time to actually implement that into my content. So I kind of have my 3 main days, and then I have my 2 things that are kind of my tasks that are always in the back of my head. So when I sit down with my planner and I'm planning out my week, I really try to see how I can align these days to also what I'm working. So if I have a day where I'm gonna be at work on a bunch of Zoom calls back to back, I might not do an on-camera day since I'm going to be really just mentally fatigued Zoom-wise. So maybe that day after I turn my computer off for work, that might be a behind-the-scenes day. So I really just examine what my week looks like, and then I slate in the days. Because these are broken into 3 days, I'm able to hit all 3 of the days at least once during the week, and then it also leaves me time to still do all of the learning and implementing that I want to do. One of the things that I learned from my content batching class is thinking about how much time in the week do you want to spend to your side hustle or to your business. And that's gonna look different from anyone. Someone might only wanna spend 5 hours a week, whereas someone might be able to spend 20 hours a week. So whenever I'm thinking in terms of these days, it's also thinking about how many hours am I going to want to allocate to that. And that's something that I assess from week to week. During this week, it's a launch week, I'm probably gonna spend some more time on content. Today's very much work day. As part of the launch, we have the website launching, so I'm using my lunch hour today to meet with my website designer. We'll talk later. Bye. So I just wrapped up a really awesome meeting with my website designer. I think as someone who has a personal brand, it's sometimes really hard to let go of that control. Like, I'm definitely someone who wants to do everything. I always say that I am a recovering overachiever. So sometimes it's definitely hard to let some of that stuff go. first off, cheers. We survived Monday. So winding down right now with a glass of wine. One thing that I always like to do now, I normally like to do this on Sunday, but since we were driving, I didn't get the chance to do it, but I schedule out all of my content, so Instagram wise and on Facebook and on Pinterest for the rest of the week. But we spent some time today on the beach. Also, we cooked a family as a meal and had just a really awesome dinner. So we're gonna wind down. We're major Office fans, and John Michael's dad is like the world's biggest Office fan. So we're just gonna go watch some of The Office. So cheers, y'all. We survived a Monday, a work day. Happy Tuesday. It is 5 p.m. I had all intentions of making today an on-camera day. I woke up, I had a really awesome morning routine. I came out, had some quiet time, journaled, planned, did some yoga, got ready for the day, and then the day took over. Work took over, life took over. We're gonna pivot from a camera day to a behind the scenes day, and we're gonna make the most of it, because that's what we do when you run a side hustle. You just take things as they come and we roll with the punches. It makes the most sense for me to work tonight kind of after dinner and after hanging out with family and being with them. I'm gonna hang out, we're gonna have margaritas, we are going to have fajitas. I made my famous guacamole. Very rarely do I have an urge to make guacamole, but today was one of those days. Honestly, it's kind of a hodgepodge of onions and tomatoes, and we kind of just put it all in there. I see what works. It looks a little bit different every time, but people tend to enjoy it, and so that's why I call it my famous guacamole. No real recipe or anything, just something delicious that we love. So I'll spend time out here tonight hanging out, and then when we all sit down and what would normally be watching a movie, that's when I'll sit down and I'll do a lot of behind the scenes work. So it's 5 o'clock, which means it's margarita time, so I gotta go make some margs and have a really awesome behind the scenes night. How has this morning been?
Stressful.
I'm gonna send out my soft launch email blast.
300 people. Get ready. It's coming to your inboxes inbound right now.
Okay, I'm so nervous. Everything's good?
I think so.
Okay.
It's real.
Email has been sent.
Okay.
My first ever launch, my first ever like big email campaign, all of that has just been sent out. So, wait, did you get it? Can you open your email?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you got it?
Yep, there we go.
Big soft launch morning. I'm nervous, excited, all the things. So I'm calling this my soft launch, and the soft launch is really there to help you find what could go wrong, and it's to work on those tweaks before the hard launch. But it's been so exciting. Oh, look at me, I can see myself in the mirror. Well, while we have the soft launch going on, obviously I'm going to be active on social media just in case there are any questions, things like that. But then I also am going to be doing a lot of learning and implementing today. So these are the days that I'm going to consume YouTube content. I'm going to consume podcasts. I'm going to learn more about like what's going on in my niche, which is the planning community, but then also, you know, try to hone in any of my skills from content creation. Today's also Veterans Day. I'm the proud daughter of 2 retired Army officers, and so I got to chat with my mom for a little bit this morning.
Hello, people. I'm playing with Laur's mother, Gina. We're celebrating Veterans Day.
Oh, you're a veteran.
To support our veterans and remember all of their loss.
Yes.
But for me, it's about going around and getting all of the benefits that the local establishments provide the veterans.
Mom, how long were you in the military?
I was in the military for 30 years. It was a wonderful career.
Don't tell Dad, but you're my favorite veteran.
Okay, you always say that until you talk to him. Then you tell him. But that's okay, baby, because you know what? You're our favorite baby.
She was my first Patreon member. Thanks, Mom. So we're gonna end up seeing where today goes. Definitely gonna take some time to listen to podcasts, read a lot. I'll share along the way of what that looks like today. I guess this is technically good morning. It is Thursday, November 12th. It is 12:10 in the morning, and we are burning the midnight oil, getting everything finalized for the official launch tomorrow. We're getting some rain from Hurricane Ada and just making sure that everything's in shape for tomorrow's launch. I've been vlogging this whole week talking about what it looks like to work a 9 to 5 and to work a side hustle, and I am hopeful that I've given you a bunch of tidbits of more manageable ways to manage your side hustle, but some days aren't super luxurious. Some nights, like tonight, I'm up significantly past my bedtime to make sure that everything's in place and automated as we head into tomorrow. So my goal is when I get into bed tonight that everything's automated so that 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it all just goes out into the world. Well, not much has changed since I left you guys. I am literally still sitting in the same place, in the same position. But this is what launch day looks like. It is officially November 12th. I just sent out the email launch. The YouTube video went live. The website went officially live. The email list went out to everybody. And here we are. Today doesn't look like it, but it will be eventually an on-camera day. Honestly, I haven't even had coffee yet, so that is priority number one. I'm just sitting here, me by myself, taking in this moment, feeling super thankful. Hopefully within a couple minutes we'll start to get some feedback from some of y'all. So I feel like it's kind of inevitable to have a launch day and have nothing go wrong. So this morning the website kind of went out. I had to do a lot of things manually for the first couple of hours of the launch being live, but we got that sorted out really fast, really quick, and pretty much the rest of the day has been as smooth sailing as we could expect. A lot of just people to respond to and things to sort out, but I'm really happy. I'm really thankful. I'm so excited with how everything went. It ended up definitely being a major behind the scenes day just because I was doing so much with the website. Today was a super creative day and my creative juices were flowing, so I also did map out all my content for December. These are just rough idea, kind of pie in the sky. John Michael's telling me I have to stop thinking about business and side hustling and all of those things, so I'm gonna sign off for tonight. It's been an awesome day. For anyone who joined the Plan with Laur community or purchased a bundle, thank you. All right, y'all, so it is Friday. It is finally a camera day. I feel like a new woman. I slept great last night. We are feeling good. Today's agenda has a couple of different things going on. I'm gonna do the whole full makeup thing. And I have a conference call with Bloom Daily Planners. I have a work presentation, so I also, again, hence need to do the whole makeup thing. And then I'm gonna film some reels and take some pictures to prep for content for the rest of November. Let's see how fast I can put my face on. I think a couple of things that I have been thinking about is that with the launch went really great. I'm really excited about it. But one thing that I had thought about but really didn't understand until I officially launched is that with it opens me up to now having the Facebook community as well as the Patreon community, which becomes two additional things to add into my repertoire of side hustling. So now I have two additional major responsibilities, and wanting to show up in these places, provide the type of high quality content that I would want and I would expect. I didn't really fully kind of understand what that would look like or what that would be until I completely launched. So also going to film some stuff, especially today, for those specific communities. All right, well, that is literally all the amount of time that I have to deal with makeup today, which I think we clocked in at like 4.5 minutes. And now we go about our rest of our day. All right, y'all, it is 5 o'clock. I'm off the clock. I am gonna go ahead and wrap up this vlog. It's been a really awesome week and I'm ready to unwind and relax. As I've mentioned a couple of times here, I took a content batching class, and in that content batching class, I essentially created all of my video content for the month. So I used to spend a lot of my weekends working on that video content. No longer, but I will pop up a video of what my weekend as a side hustler used to look like when I was creating a lot of content over that weekend time period. As I've mentioned throughout the week, I kind of separate my days into 3 major days. Those are work days, those are behind the scenes days, and those are camera days. Today was a camera day. I even put on jeans, y'all. That's how you know it was a true camera day. If you are a side hustler, I hope that you can use these same pillars to help structure your week in a more manageable way. And if not, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the behind the scenes of what this week, my launch week, ended up looking like. I hope you all are enjoying this vlog content. As always, y'all, my name is Lauren here with Plan with Laur, and I'll see y'all next time. And I'm about to grab a margarita and go sit down there.